Do Wales have a chance against the Springboks this Saturday? That is the question for today's video. As you can see, I'm not exactly in Cardiff. I'm actually in Amsterdam for this week, and then we go into Cardiff on Saturday. But it is a big fixture. And yes, Wales haven't been in great form. And yes, maybe Gatland's job is under attack at the moment from the mighty Springboks, because Wales have not been great. I mean, we've seen the recent results. They haven't won in their last 11 games. They're on an 11-game losing streak. They've just recently got a massive hiding against Australia. They lost to Fiji. The last time they won was back in the World Cup on the 7th of October 2023. So if you're talking about a dry patch, that is exactly what it is. But I really want to ask the question is, do Wales have an opportunity here? Because yes, they are on an 11-game losing streak, but that does make them extremely dangerous, right? Their last result to the Springboks was a 41-13 loss. That was all the way back in June, and it was kind of a similar side, right? We saw Jordan Hendrickse start in that number 10 jersey against Wales back in June. He's in that number 10 jersey again alongside his brother, who will be starting in that number 9 jersey. Now, the last time the Springboks played Wales in Wales, they actually ended up winning 52-16. So the Springboks know how to play in Wales, they know how to play against Wales, and the Springboks are in such good form at the moment. I mean, they've won 10 out of their 12 games this season. Sorry, man. They've won 10 out of 12 games this season. As you can see, Amsterdam is quite a lively city, beautiful city, by the way. But I'm looking forward to get to Cardiff, right? Okay, so the Springboks dropped their team to face Wales yesterday. And there were a couple of mixed emotions about that side. Maybe Rassie Erasmus could have gone a little bit more experimental, but the more you look at it, he has gone experimental, right? You look at that 9 and 10 combination, yes, sort of 11 to 14 is our standard player. Cheslin Colby, Damon Willemse, Jesse Creel, and Kurt Lawrence, with Aphelele Fassi in that 15 jersey, which again is probably the best player to be playing in that number 15 jersey at the moment. Then you kind of look at the forwards in that pack. So many people around, I feel very awkward, but anyways, we're going to get you guys this video. Then you kind of look at that forward pack, right? Thomas Tatoy, Johan Grobbler sort of getting the call up in this game. I'm glad that Thomas Tatoy is getting an opportunity. You kind of see Franco Mostert and Jean Klein in that 4 and 5 combination. And Jean Klein actually played against Wales the last time the Springboks played in Wales. So he knows how to play against them. He knows how to play at the Principality. And then you got Ulrich Loh, Jasper Wester, and Sekulis, who kind of finishes that off. And then we got that insurance policy on the bench with all that experience. Ibn Etzebeth, Archie Snyman, Vincent Koch, Malcolm Marks, and who am I missing there? I don't know, leave it down in the comments. I'm missing someone there in that forward pack. But Wales, like I said, haven't been in great form, and it really makes it dangerous, especially at this Principality Stadium, which all I've heard is that it's an absolute vibe. That roof is going to be closed, so it's going to be nice, dry. It's going to be running rugby. It's not going to be too wet like we saw maybe in England and in Scotland. And I think what we can sort of expect from the Springboks is a running game, right? We've gone for Jaden Hendrickse and Jordan Hendrickse in that 9 and 10 combination. Yes, they are going to put kicks over. We're going to chase them, and we're going to try pin Wales back. But I really think if Wales don't get it right on Saturday, the Springboks could be looking at a 50, 60, 70 pointer. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. I think Wales will be up for this game. It's sort of their last game before they go into the Six Nations, and they definitely don't want to finish wooden spoon, I think, again in the Six Nations this year. Yes, it is against the best team in the world, the Springboks, but it's not out and out the Springboks' best side at the moment. So I think from Wales, what they've got to try and do is really capitalise on the first 30 minutes while they're fresh, before their bomb squad comes on, especially in the first half. It's what we saw in that test match against Wales in June, is that they kind of strangled us in that first half, and then in that second half the bomb squad came on, and we opened them up a little bit. So they really have to be quite clinical in that first half to really try and shut the Springboks down. Maybe put Jordan Hendrickse and Jaden Hendrickse under a little bit of pressure, because if it gets out wide, there's all that experience in Cheslin Colby and Kurt Lawrence, and Aphelele Fassi is also extremely dangerous in that fullback position. So if I was Gatland, I would be saying to Wales, look, we've got to get up for the first 30, 40 minutes. We've got to try put them under pressure, maybe score a try or two, really try and get under the Springboks skin, because once that bomb squad comes on, it's going to be a completely different story, because Wales bench compared to the Springboks bench is night and day. And I think if Wales can sort of go into halftime 1 score down, maybe even up, maybe even just 3 points down, then that stadium's going to get very, very loud. The roof is closed. The atmosphere is going to be all there, and I think Wales could potentially get under the Springboks skin. I think realistically the odds for Wales to win are 16-1, so I really don't see Wales pulling it off against the Springboks, especially given they're coming off 11 losses, especially against their performance against Australia. I really think that this is a 40 to 60 point game for the Springboks that are going to get it done quite comfortably in Cardiff. It's an interesting game because the Springboks haven't won all their games in the North in that sort of autumn nation series for the last 11 years. So if the Springboks end up beating Wales in Cardiff, the Springbok team would have created history. For the first time in 11 years, we would have come to the North, been undefeated. We won our first full-length rugby championship in a while. We're coming off a World Cup win back in 2023, and kind of there's nothing really that the Springboks won't be able to do from here, right? The conversation around the Springboks has been that they can't win between World Cups. Well, we've kind of shut that narrative down this year, because if we end up beating Wales, we would have ended up winning 11 out of 13 games, only losing to Argentina away from home, which we should not have lost that game, and then that one loss to Ireland in Durban, where they scored that last-minute drop goal. So some fine margins for the Springboks. It could have been a perfect season, 13 for 13. Obviously, it comes with the territory, so you're not going to win every single game, and if we did, then there would really be no criticism on the Springboks. But it's an important game for the Springboks to create that history, to win overseas 3 out of 3 for the first time in 11 years, to really shut down this Wales side that will be desperate. Gatland is going to be in the ear to get under the Springbok skin, and if we can sort of make it out those first 30 minutes undamaged, then I do think the Springboks are going to run away with it in that second half. It might be quite tight for the first 20 or 30 minutes, and then it'll open up. If the Springboks get off to an early start, then I mean, Wales are going to be looking at 100, like maybe even 100 points. I'm taking the mickey there, but I do think it could run away from Wales very, very quickly, and it could end the year on a terrible note with 12 losses going into the Six Nations against a firing Ireland side. Scotland put us to the pump, England put us to the pump, Italy are looking good. So I mean, France just beat the All Blacks, so it's just not looking good for Wales, and I really, really hope for their sake that they pitch up on Saturday, but I just can't see anything else than a Springbok win, and a big Springbok win, 30 to 50 points, maybe even 60 or 70. I mean, Australia put 50 on them, so I'm not putting anything past the Springboks at the moment. Wales need to pitch up. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. As always, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. We make our way over to Cardiff on Saturday morning, so let me know if any of you guys are going to that Wales game in Cardiff. I'd love to meet up with some of you guys. I'm very, very interested to see how Jordan Hendrickse and Jaden Hendrickse go in that combination, and then also Cameron Hanekom coming off of the bench, making his debut for the Springboks, which then makes him the 52nd Springbok player to wear the jersey this season, because Jean Klein will also wear it on Saturday, 51, and then Cameron Hanekom, 52. It's going to be a tough day out for Wales. I'm going to enjoy myself here in Amsterdam for the next couple of days. Absolutely beautiful city. Thank you so much for liking this video. Hit that subscribe button, leave your opinions down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.